Hello, fellow Baccarat players. By popular demand, Smart Money has received hundreds of emails requesting a low roller live demonstration of our Bet the Winner system. So here it is. Bet the Winner Chop Live for low rollers. Now your goal is to use 10 units only per session with only new shoes. It's a 7-step betting progression as you see below. And if you choose to bet $1, the units can be whatever you like. But if you choose to use $1, your total bankroll would be $221 starting at $1 bet. So really anybody can play this. It's really very simple. So here we are live. Can't give you the name of the betting site. It's against YouTube laws. But there are a number of different online betting sites. Depending on what state you live in will determine which one you can use. You can also get your own VPN and literally play anywhere. Now remember, with Bet the Winner, we do not bet the first hand. We allow the dealer to deal the first hand, and whoever that winner may be, that's how we're going to start our progression betting. So the cut card there is a 9 of diamonds, and that's going to be burned and buried. So again, you're an observator over here on the first hand. You're only observing what the winner will be. Also be careful for timing out, the sessions timing out with not enough activity, just as you see there. So let's continue. The player is showing a 2, and banker is a total of 1. Again, we're just looking for the winner here. We're not betting yet. And the player is a 2, and the banker is a 0. So that means that our very first bet will be $1 on player. $1 on player. Now, with these online betting systems, be careful as far as the time it takes to place your bet. Some try and rush you. This one added another 2 seconds, which was previously 10 seconds, so it's a little bit better. But just be wary of the time it takes to place your bet. So the player is showing a 7, natural 8 on the banker. We lost that bet. So our next progression bet is going to be $3 on the winner, which would be banker. So it's bet the winner, but in case of a chop, the rule changes a little bit, and we'll go over that. But for now, it's bet the winner unless you see a chop. And when I mean a chop, I mean there's going to be a 4-hand chop. And then we're going to bet the other way. And hopefully we're going to run into that. But that's the only time you come off bet the winner. So player showing a 7, and the banker is a 1. So we lost that hand. Our next progression is going to be $7 on player. So as you can see, we're starting a chop, player, banker, player. Now, what would stop that is a player win here. If we lose that, then that would be a banker. Then our next bet is going to be again on player. We're going to play the chop sequence if it goes past this hand. So player showing a 7, banker's a 5, kind of like my odds here as a player, and we won that bet. So that stopped the chop right there. But again, if it continued to chop, if that was a banker, our next bet would have been player, and then continue the chop until you lose and go back to bet the winner. So we have our dollar chip down on player, and we're waiting for the deal. And it's a queen or 0 for the player. And we still have a 0 on the player side. We have a total 4 on the banker side. And we have a 1 on player, 4 banker. That means the banker won. So our next progression bet will be a banker. $3 on banker. So we have a sufficient amount of time to place our bet. And again, the goal is going to be 10 units, whatever that unit may be, per session, only in the beginning of the shoes. Now, why the beginning of the shoes? I'll explain to you that after this hand. So the player showing a 6, the banker has a 9, and the player has a 9, and the banker matched it. So we have a draw. This is a push. Okay, let's rebet our $3 bet. And we'll see what happens. And we'll talk about why we play the beginning of the shoes. You actually pick up another martingale level, so to speak, because you don't bet on the first hand. So if it goes into a chop in the beginning of the shoe, it's to your benefit, really. 7 on the player side, 0 on banker side, total of 1 on the player, total of 1 on the banker. Let's see what the player is going to yield. And we have a 1 on the player, and the banker won that bet. So again, when you win, you go back to the original 1 unit, or in this case $1 bet, on the winner. And the winner here is banker. You're going to find that about 65% of the shoes that you'll play, or sessions for that matter, will be mostly streaks. About 40 to 45% will break out into what we call chops. So the player has a 1, banker 0, player 0, and we have a natural 8 for the banker, and that's a banker win. Very good. So it's pretty easy, very simple. Let's rebet that, and again, another unit, or in this case dollar, on banker. Yeah, after a while, you play so long, you kind of figure out what those patterns come out to and what they should be. That's kind of like why we really enjoy playing Bet the Winner. We have a 0 player, an 8 on the banker side. We're showing a 0 player, and we have another natural 8 on the banker side, so we have another win. Watch our total. Our total is $5.95. Again, go back to the first unit or $1 bet upon a win. And our goal again, let's make our goal to hit $600. Again, we started with $100. That was just a couple of days ago. So we built this bankroll, or we're going to build this bankroll to 600. I promise you we will at the end of the session. So we have 1 on the player side, 6 on the banker side, and we have 0 player and 6 on the banker. Let's see what happens to the player. And the player is showing a 7. Well, that was a great card to pull, and we were reduced down to 1. So that means the player won that bet. Our next progression is going to be $3 on the player. So this is a sort of an important bet, because when you win this bet, you're actually winning 2 units. If you win on the 7 units, you win 3 units. So the first 3 are critical. So I don't mind going to the 3rd level. We win more money. Okay, so the player is showing a 1 and the banker a 5. And the player is showing a 1 and the banker is going to win that. So our next level is 7, and that's on the winner, who is banker. So if this loses, we're going to go into a possible chop scenario where it's 4 hands. We're going to bet the 5th hand on the chop, not the winner. So just be aware of that. And if it keeps chopping, we just keep betting the chop until it loses. Okay, so we have 6 banker. We now have 0, 0, player 0, banker 0. Kind of an important bet. And the player showing a 6. And the banker is showing an 8, which is a natural 8. So let's check our total. We're at $5.98. Our goal is $600. We'll bet the $1 bet because we've won on the winner, which is banker. So we're one step closer to coming to our goal. And it's kind of important that your discipline is really good. So when you see the $600, we're going to quit. That's our goal. You have to have a goal. We have 1 on the player side, and we have a 7 on the banker. 7's kind of tough to beat. It wins about 70-80% of the time. And of course, the player did not beat the 7 banker. So now our total is $5.99. We go to $1 on banker. Now, if you win this hand, you're done. That's it until your next session. Every 40 minutes or so, very close to 40 minutes, there is a new shoe. So these shoes take probably around 40 minutes. It's going to be very consistently 40 minutes because of the clock. So you can time it. A lot of our members do time it if they play online. They do time that. So the player showing a 7, banker is showing a 7, so we have a tie. That's going to be a push. Let's rebet it. And again, we're just looking for this 1 win. We can call it a day, or at least a session. And if you want to wait 40 minutes and come back and play another session, you can. That's up to you. Some players will play 5 sessions a day. With just $1 bet, they can win $50 every single day from the comfort of their own home. If they bet $2, they can win $100. Well, the player showing a 4 and the banker showing a 3, we'd love to win this and end the session here. And the player still showing a 4. Let's see what happens to the banker. And sure enough, we've got a 7 winner. So that's it. That's it. We hit our goal of 600, and I want to thank you for watching. This was Bet the Winner Live. A very simple system. You should be able to win about $100 per day every day from your own home or your smart device. You can play this on your phone as well. Anyway, I want to wish you the best of luck. And if you liked the video, just give it a thumbs up. Bye-bye.